Now, Gary Kirsten was known for his discipline, for his temperament and hard-working attitude as a player. He played over a century of test matches for the country and 185 one-day internationals. He then went on to coach India to #1 in tests and the 2011 World Cup trophy. He also saw the Proteas to #1 in the world in the test rankings. His vast experience has been going into his academy for the past 14 years, and recently through his foundation, he announced that he's sponsoring 300 CoachED licenses for up-and-coming coaches across the country. And he joins us now via Skype to talk more about this initiative. Gary, a very good morning to you. Thanks for joining us. Welcome.
Thank you. Good morning.
Well, do explain for us, if you can, how you teach cricket online. I mean, when it comes to sport, cricket is certainly one of those that require space. I mean, why do you decide to sponsor 300 of these courses?
Well, we're hoping it's going to be more, but I think it was a few years ago we felt that we would like to offer an online coaching certificate. I think the reason being is that often coaches at schools don't really get the opportunity to upgrade their skills and to become better coaches, and it's not always easily accessible to get the coaching content and the accreditations that go with it. So I think that was where it was kind of thought out. It's nice to be able to offer something online so that, coach education can be reached to, as many coaches as possible in the country.
And how do you select the recipients of this sponsorship?
Well, with the help of friends who kind of understand the communities that we want to be involved in. And we just get the databases and the lists of coaches that are out there, level 1 and level 2 coaches. I think the important thing about this online course, it's really designed for, for coaches of school-going kids and really young players. We also do have an elite accreditation, but that'll be for those who really want to, further their coaching. But I think the intention for us from a foundation perspective was to get this course out to the township coaches, and there's kind of no better time now during lockdown where if they can have access to a phone and some data, and that's always a challenge. It's obviously going to use up a lot of data, but it'd be great to get them to upgrade their skills before they would get back onto the field and coaching again.
All right, of course. And now, Gary, who would forget that you once batted 14 and a half hours, helping South Africa to 572 for 7, declared in their second innings, and the test against England was drawn, and you are known for your focus and your concentration. Now that South Africa is on lockdown, and it's safe to say almost the entire world is on lockdown, what is your advice at this difficult time?
I think it's, we've got to accept what it is, and often we're trying to come up with creative ways of cricketers training and staying fit and applying their skills. But it's also not a bad time to have a break. These guys play a lot of cricket. They were scheduled to play. Many of them were playing IPL over this time. It's a forced break, and I think of someone like Kirsten who bowls a lot of overs in the year. He's going to be fresh and raring to go when lockdown ends and cricket begins again. So I think it's okay that that they can have a decent break. Obviously, not to do nothing, but just to enjoy the fact that I've got some time off and get going again when I can.
And it's quite difficult because, we're not allowed to go out. These players are even not allowed to go out and train. And we are now down at number 5 in the test rankings and number 4 in the ODI world rankings. Gary, what needs to be done in South Africa? We haven't won a test series in a year.
Well, I think what needs to be done has been done, and we've appointed 2 very experienced international cricketers in our ranks, in Graham and Mark. So I'm very excited about those appointments. I always think that to get the system up and running from the top is going to be really helpful. I certainly am encouraged by the fact that you've got 2 individuals that have a huge amount of experience against international competition, looking after our international team. One cannot understand the depth of how intense the competition is, and there's no international team out there worrying about what our issues are. But if I think back to December last year, we weren't in a great place as a cricketing nation, and we've made some good appointments. And I think with good support for Graham and Mark, they will. They'll be the key guys to get us into a place where we're really competitive again. And we'll always produce good players. We'll always produce talent. Our systems are good that way. So I'm excited about the short-term future. And I think, as I said, I think we've got some great players amongst our group.
All right, Gary, great chatting to you, man. Thank you so much for your time. Much appreciated, and all the best.